Hello, friends. Hello, Wine Empire. Thank you guys for hopping on, listening to this today. So for those of you who don't know me, I am Kelly Forrestall. I am a wife, a stay-at-home mom to an awesome and crazy 1-year-old little boy. I am a Chicago gal living in a Florida world, and I'm a pretty much straight shooter who's a little hippie and a little hood. So I'm here today to talk to you guys about Instagram. But before we get started, I have to kind of say this because in order for these tips to work that I'm about to give you, you really need to make your profile public. Is it public? It needs to be because nobody outside of your followers is going to see your photos if you are not public. I gotta be completely honest. If you're serious about wanting to make this a full-time gig or really truly make $500 or more in this business a month, your whole social media, all of your social media platforms should be public. So go public. But the second thing I want to kind of touch on before we start is that your bio is the very first thing that people are going to see. So put a bio up that is both concise and that shows a little bit of your personality. So hopefully after this point, you've already started to think of yourself as a brand. And if you haven't, now is a good time to start. And also maybe check out Taylor's branding video above. She's awesome. So here we go. The very first tip I have for you guys is to share your best content. This is Instagram, not Insta spam. Womp womp. No, but for real, I want you guys to think of yourself as like an editor for a magazine or an editor for a beautiful website or blog. So you want to be uploading your very best images to your profile. I know it's going to be tempting to provide your audience with a shot-by-shot rehash of last night's Justin Timberlake concert, but likely you're just going to provoke more annoyance out of people, then you're going to make them intrigued. So choose one well composed, well lit, angle always up, never below, photo that has clean lines, great proportions, and share that because users are really going to want to see the beautiful photos in their Instagram. And it's really important to make sure that the images that you're uploading are some of your best images when it comes to definition, exposure, composition, content even. So it's fun because Instagram allows you to create that unique background for the content that you're posting, and that's just going to strengthen your brand image. Another tip would be to maybe consider selecting a color palette and going and using different photos off that color palette that reflects your business as well as that makes you stand out from the crowd. Personally, for me, I gravitate towards the whites and the greeneries and the marbles. The very simple, clean look is me. I always kind of fade my photos just a little bit. So with that, you're also going to want to pay attention to what's working in terms of your content and what's not. So did that picture of your mug, your coffee mug that you just bought, not get a ton of attraction, but maybe the shot of your dog and your kid taking a bath together outside got an exceptional number of likes, right? So you just want to take notes on the trends and try to discern patterns in how people respond to your photos. Weed out the unnecessary stuff and the ill-received stuff because we definitely don't want to be posting that. So remember though that others really enjoy having this like voyeuristic peek into your world. So opt out of the stock photos, the mundane photos, and opt in for more personal and lifestyle photos. I personally never even share stock photos at all. If you do find a stock photo that you fall in love with, maybe it's got a quote on it that you found from Pinterest, I recommend taking that quote, going to an awesome app. There's so many different apps. One of them is WordSwag, and rewrite that quote on a new photo background and share that on your page. One that flows well, aesthetically, looks pretty, is maybe in the same color palette. Utilize other tools. Don't just grab and share. Think about what you're posting before you post it. Now, the second option, or the second tip I have is, are you ready? Tag it up. So we want a hashtag, guys. Hashtag is going to be your best friend on Instagram. So a hashtag on your photo is one that's going to link your little image to the rest of the Insta universe, the Instaverse. Instaverse, I like that. So the right hashtags, they're going to give you the right exposure, leaving you and your profile up to tons of discovery. So hashtagging like hashtag love or cute girl, hashtag all of those things, that's going to cast your photo basically into a pool teeming with hundreds of millions of others, literally, featuring that same hashtag. So the trick here is to find that sweet spot, that sweet hashtag spot, with just the right amount of specificity. So be creative. Think about which tag would be perfect fit for your image's audience. Maybe it might be the genre of food that you're eating, the new city you're visiting. For me personally, besides the wine, obviously the wine is a given, but my brand is far much more than just the wine. And same goes for everybody watching this. Obviously, I'm a boy mom. I am a Chicago gal, a Midwest gal. Trying to think of what else I use. Stay-at-home mom. I love cooking, healthy eating, autoimmune disease. I have an autoimmune disease. So things like that kind of are who I am and who I want to have on my team that I can relate to. That's what I'm going to use in my hashtag. So hint, though. I'm going to give you another hint within the tip. Just like too many spammed photos on your feed, the same goes for hashtags. You are going to get uninterested followers if you're hashtagging too much. So you may want to try casting out a wide variety of hashtags. So like dozens of different types of hashtags, but on your main viewership, you want to keep in mind, obviously, on that one photo, you want to only do about 3 to 5 at a time. So don't be that bundling hashtag guy that has like a paragraph of hashtags and it's longer than your actual post. Nobody's going to read your post if you've got tons and tons of hashtags. You got to be smart about what hashtags you want to use and search through. You may want to do a little bit of investigation first before you actually just put it up. Obviously, you can always edit it. But be concise and smart about which hashtags you're using. Okay, now here's my last tip. I promise to not keep you guys for too much longer, but it's not going to be a tip that you guys are going to love because it's not one that is going to give you instant success. But you ready for it? Just like any other social media platform, guys, you need to be social. So you can't just sit there and expect to just make friends, right? You can't. So you got to go out by following other users, liking other users, commenting on other users' photos. I can almost guarantee that you are going to get some love back. A lot of people do like for likes, follow for follows, comment for comment, and they'll go back and follow you and comment on your stuff. So that is how I mainly grew my biz. So you can find new friends through the Instagram Explore function. It's a little search bar at the top of Instagram. Up there, you're going to see a spot that has suggested friends. That's like literally, they're like, hey, I think you're going to like this person, or this person's commenting on your stuff. Follow them. You can search specific people, specific friends. You can search through hashtags. Wink, wink. So that means you can say you want to search through the hashtag boy mom. You can click on that and it's going to show you that pool of people. And through there, it's a great way to kind of reach out to a cold market, guys, because it's a very normal thing to do is to reach out to cold market on Instagram. And you search through those hashtags. You can even search through places. So look through Sydney, Australia, someplace in Germany, all of these awesome places that we're just launching. You can search through, find the people that you vibe with through their photos, and comment, like, follow, send them a message, all of the above. So the majority of Instagram users, though, we're not connecting other accounts to the other outside social media networks. And that's just really not making the best possible use out of your social media. I'm not saying that every post you put up on Instagram needs to be shared to Facebook or Twitter or whatever other platform you may be using. But definitely do pick the ones that you want to be shared and share them. Push them through from Instagram because, for example, if you push it through from Instagram to Facebook, on Facebook, there's at the very top, there's a very little word that says Instagram. And if they click that, it's going to take them to your feed. If they have Instagram, it's going to take them to your feed and they can follow, like, comment, all the above because they found you on Facebook. So be sure that you are pushing some of those through and that you are searching through those hashtags. And that's it, guys. So it's going to take some time to do all of this. Don't be overwhelmed. It is a great place, though, if you are wanting to get more in tune with a cold market. Instagram is definitely the place I recommend go. Please check out my Instagram if you need any inspiration. And all of the ladies here that have recorded videos and on this team, the leaders in this team have amazing Instagrams. Check them out. My Instagram is just pretty boring. Like I said, Kelly Forrestall. And that's it. Thank you guys so much for checking it out. Obviously, if you have any questions or concerns, we are always here to answer them for you. Have a great rest of your day.